So I thought I was not going to make any more videos on the catacombs and the creation, but yeah, I got some questions and I thought, okay, I'm just going to go into it a bit more to give a certain explanation. I just made a video explaining a bit more in detail about the crest, some things I might have missed in the first video, and now I want to just explain the various boosts that are relevant for your creation and how you, or for the catacombs, and how you can increase them. So a very important one is the creation attack. This is actually determined in various ways. The important ones is via creation attack and creation attack increase. So that is an absolute amount and a percentage that increases the absolute amount. So the creation attack that you see here in your creation overview is already the result of those. It also actually includes some others, which I will get into when we reach them. So this is a very important one, and this basically determines how much damage you do to your opponents. So that's a very good one to have key. The creation attack, most common ways to increase that is via equipment and crests. And attack increase, the percentage, that can be done via research, by the talent trees, and by creation skills. So that is important to know. So the next one is the firepower. Firepower actually influences, so that is more, it is relevant for the explosive, but also used in the warrior talent trees, and it increases the effect of some of those talents. And this one can be increased via crests and via creation skills. So the defense, similar to attack, the defense is also a very important key one, and that determines the amount of damage you get from, not from the explosive attacks, they do damage anyway, but from other attacks from monsters in the catacombs, and players, knight and warrior and brute players. So those in similar ways, they also can be done via equipment and crests for the absolute value, and the relative value can be increased via research and the creation talent tree. Okay, the next one, the health, well, that increases your total health bar, of course. Also an interesting one. I find it a little bit less useful in the sense that once your health has, once you start really taking serious hits in your health, it's going quite fast. I always find it nicer to focus on defense and attack. Attack also helping you get less hits, and defense, of course, get less damage per hit. So you have also health and a creation health increase, so an absolute value and a percentage. The creation health is again via equipment and crests, and the creation health increase is via research and creation talent tree. There are also creation skills that benefit the absolute health. So strength is kind of a special one of various special ones. So it in itself, it does not have influence on the results of attack, but with creation strength, for every creation strength points that you have, your basic creation attack, the absolute value, is increased with 1.5 point, and you and so that is further increased with the creation attack increase boost. So basically the creation strength just adds to your attack. So this is a typical value for the brutal boost. Then we have the creation wisdom that actually gives you, every point in creation wisdom gives you 0.8 points in attack, increased by the creation attack boost. You get 1.8 points in firepower for every point in creation wisdom. So that is that is also quite useful for armor. The armor increases the creation defense with 0.8 points each point in creation armor. So that is also quite nice. Creation physique increases your each point in creation physique increases your creation health with 25 times with 25 points, and that is also further increased with the creation health increase percentage. So creation ammo, I find it a bit of a strange name. I still see it more as mana, the way it was called in King of Avalon. I mean, it's it is used for the explosive, but talents in there, maybe ammo makes sense, but it's also used for the warrior. And for example, this talent that increases your or restores your health is going to use mana, not ammo. I would like to see it. Anyway, that's a bit of a sidestep. So they call it ammo, and there's also a creation ammo increase percentage. So this is used for these talents that only that you can unlock in the talent tree, but only become available at once you have enough points. So when your creation is level 27 or higher. So the absolute value can be increased via equipment and the creation skills, and the percentage by a project in the mage, not the mage, sorry, in the warrior talent tree. So we have health recovery, ammo recovery we already mentioned. So the burning ability, that is something specific for the explosive specialization. So that is going to increase the effect of the Flame of Fury 1 and 2 creation talents. So that they just increase the damage that it does. And there is in the equipment, the explosive equipment, various pieces increase the absolute amount, and there is a percentage that is increased in a creation talent. In the creation talent explosive fire attack. So the creation burst ability, that is for the dragon terror talent, and similarly that is increased by equipment. The absolute value and the percentage is increased by the same explosive fire attack project in the explosive talent tree. The natural ability is for warriors. So that is also a natural ability and a percentage that increase, and this is used for the night recovery 1 and 2 creation talents. And so that just influences that you'll restore more of your health. And this is also influenced by equipment, the base value and the percentage by a creation talent tree project in the warrior talent tree. So Catacombs Stamina influences the total amount of stamina that you start each Catacombs run with. That is influencing the number of rooms you can visit. So each new room that you visit in a floor, except for the first room, costs you 1 stamina. The first room meaning the room you start in. So this can be increased via research and via creation skills. So you increase that with an absolute amount, and especially there is a creation skill that increases it with a huge amount, and you should definitely increase your level of of your creation enough to have that benefit, and after that you don't have to worry too much about stamina anymore. Satchel slots are not really relevant anymore. It's just I think because of the old way that King of Avalon used to work, where you carried many different things instead of now you basically just carry the coins and some loot that you could get from the player versus player encounters, but even there you only encounter maybe one different thing, so you don't need many satchel slots at all. So satchel capacity is still very good to focus on to increase. That determines the total amount of weight you can carry. The coins and most other things typically weigh only one, so you basically how many items you can carry. And the satchel capacity can be increased via research, via the creation talent trees, and via VIP levels and creation skills. So it's always good to have your VIP levels active and as high as possible. Satchel capacity is one of the few things that you actually benefit from going past level 10 in VIP. And with creation talent trees, consider assigning the first 10 points to different trees if you have enough points, so that you max out the satchel capacity that you can have. So stamina potions are useful early on when especially useful early on when you don't have a lot of basic stamina, catacomb stamina yet. So that is going to be useful. You can get them. When you run out of stamina, you can use them. You get 10 stamina each for each of the potions that you take to restore your stamina, and this can be increased via research, via the creation talent trees, and via VIP. I don't think you need that many later on, but so later on you don't need to research or focus on this anymore. You will get some anyway from activating your VIP, and probably you have done some research, so you have some extra, and that should be enough once you have your labyrinth stamina increased. So the ammo pack I'm going to skip. The health potion, similar to stamina potions, only gets your health bar back. There the health potion effect can also be increased. We will get into that later, so it's not a fixed amount like the stamina. So this is these can be increased, the health potions, via research, creation talent tree and VIP. And this is quite useful, so it's good to keep some focus on. But again, health, I find it relatively, once you have used up all your initial health, having extra health potions sometimes even doesn't get you to beat the next big monster. So it's not going to make a huge difference, but it can make some difference. Early on it still makes some more difference than later on, I feel. So stamina potion effect, that doesn't change, that's always 10. There are no ways to change that. Ammo pack effect, there are no ammo packs, that's why I skipped the earlier one, so that also doesn't really matter. At least I've never seen any ammo packs. Health potion effect, that is quite beneficial. So it has an absolute amount, how it increases, and a relative amount. So the absolute amount can be increased via research and creation skills, and the relative amount via projects only in the brutal talent tree, I believe. But this is definitely going to be, to have some effect, especially early on. This is still going to be useful. So creation initiative, supposedly this determines, somebody reported that to me, so that's always nice to get extra information. I wasn't aware of that, but this should influence who is going to hit first in a player versus player battle. So that is quite can be quite nice, can make a difference in player versus player. In other I mean, against monsters in the catacombs, it doesn't really give any difference. The monster always hit first, so it all. But okay, this is nice in player versus player mode. The absolute amount, there's also an absolute amount and an increase. The absolute amount is influenced by VIP levels. The percentage by projects in the talent tree. I don't think it's something worth to focus on, but maybe something just nice that you know how it works. So the Parry Damage is another one of the warrior boosts, warrior buffs. This influences the amount of damage you do with your parry attack. So each time you are hit, you do some attack, you do some damage to your opponent. So this is again an absolute value that can be increased via equipment and crests, and there is an increase via the creation talent tree. No research. So that is quite nice as well. The creation skills, finally, that is the amount of special talent skills that you can have shortcuts for. I don't think, normally I only use one. You need to go quite far in the tree to unlock 2, so that's not really that important, I would say. And this can be increased via VIP, so might be if you need to that you want your VIP active, but you should have VIP active anyway. So I hope this explains all these boosts. And give you some idea, answer some questions you might have. I have everything written down in a guide as well on my website if you want to have a look at it later. If you have any further questions or comments, please feel free to ask them.